English Learning Network.
Today, we're learning the past perfect continuous tense with super easy Q&A practice. What had you been doing before dinner? I had been studying before dinner. What had she been doing before she fell asleep? She had been reading a book. What had they been watching before you arrived? They had been watching a movie. What had your dad been fixing in the garage? He had been fixing the car. What had you been thinking about all day? I had been thinking about my test. What had the kids been playing before lunch? They had been playing football. Why was your shirt dirty? I had been painting the wall. Why were you so tired yesterday? I had been working all day. What had she been cooking in the kitchen? She had been cooking pasta. What had your mom been saying before you left? She had been giving me advice. What had the students been doing before class started? They had been revising their notes. What had your phone been doing on the table? It had been ringing for 10 minutes. Why were the streets wet? It had been raining. What had the dog been barking at? It had been barking at the mailman. What had you been learning this week? I had been learning English grammar. What had you been watching before bed? I had been watching a cartoon. What had she been doing at the gym? She had been running on the treadmill. Why were you wet when you got home? I had been walking in the rain. What had your brother been drawing? He had been drawing a dragon. What had they been discussing in the meeting? They had been discussing the new project. What had the baby been doing before sleeping? The baby had been crying. What had you been doing at the park? I had been playing with my dog. Why were your hands dirty? I had been planting flowers. What had she been searching for online? She had been searching for recipes.
If you found this lesson helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to English Learning Network for more English lessons. Thanks for watching. See you next time.